Hello dear student. In previous lecture we have seen acid hydrolysis, annation reaction and some factors affecting on acid hydrolysis. But in today's lecture we will discuss base hydrolysis and isomerization and racemization of octahedral complexes. So let's see what is meant by base hydrolysis. So the base hydrolysis is some octahedral complexes undergoes hydrolysis in presence of OH minus ions is known as base hydrolysis. What is base hydrolysis? Octahedral complexes undergoes hydrolysis in presence of OH minus ions is known as base hydrolysis. Student, if we are considering base hydrolysis and acid hydrolysis, base hydrolysis proceeds more faster than acid hydrolysis. If we are comparing base hydrolysis, means the rate of base hydrolysis and rate of acid hydrolysis, the base hydrolysis proceeds more faster than acid hydrolysis. Also, the OH minus ions or hydroxyl ion has special property in case of base hydrolysis. So, it can easily replace coordinated ligand without intermission of aqua complex. Though hydroxyl ion has special property, it can easily replace coordinated ligand without intermission of aqua complex. And also, as the base hydrolysis is second order reaction, it is represented as rate is equal to complex ion as well as OH minus ions. Means rate is depends on concentration of complex ion as well as concentration of OH minus ions. This was about base hydrolysis. First of all, what is base hydrolysis? Octahedral complexes undergoes hydrolysis in presence of OH minus ions is known as base hydrolysis. Base hydrolysis process more faster than acid hydrolysis, and base hydrolysis is a second order reaction. So it is represented as rate is equal to complex ion as well as OH minus ions. Okay. So let's move towards mechanism of base hydrolysis. There are two possible pathways by which we can explain the base hydrolysis. First is SN2 mechanism and second one is SN1CB mechanism. As we have already studied what is meant by SN1 and what is meant by SN2, but the SN1CB term is now new for you. So what is SN2 mechanism? Is the substitution nucleophilic bimolecular mechanism, and SN1CB stands for substitution nucleophilic unimolecular through conjugate base. Okay student, so let's move towards SN2 mechanism. It is also called as associative mechanism. So student, this is the reaction for SN2 or associative mechanism. Here we are consider cobaltamine complex which having +2 charge, and the oxidation state for cobalt is +3. Okay, in this mechanism OH minus ion is behave as a strong nucleophile which attacks on amine complex. Here OH minus is act as a strong nucleophile, so it directly attack on this cobalt complex, which gives 7 coordinated intermediate, as we have already discussed in associative mechanism. There is formation of 7 coordinated intermediate. Okay, this step is slowest one. What happened in case of first step? Here is direct attack of OH minus ions in this cobalt complex, which gives 7 coordinated intermediate. Now this 7 coordinated intermediate are able to lose this Cl, which gives the base hydrolytes complex. Now this step is fast step. Okay student, what happened in case of base hydrolysis? In first step, this is cobaltamine complex. This OH minus act as a strong nucleophile and it directly attack on this complex which gives 7 coordinated intermediate. This step is slowest step, that is rate determining step. In next step, this 7 coordinated intermediate easily remove this Cl which gives CONH3 5OH2 plus. This step is fast step. Okay, this was about SN2 or associative mechanism. We will see the next mechanism, that is SN1CB mechanism. The mechanism was proposed by scientist Garrick. Okay, and it stands for substitution nucleophilic unimolecular conjugate base. Means SN1CB mechanism proceeds through formation of conjugate base. So this is the reaction for SN1CB mechanism. This reaction proceeds in 3 steps. So let's discuss about the first step. This is again cobalt amine complex. Here OH minus ions is abstract proton from NH3. Here OH minus ions abstract proton from one of NH3 group which is placed at opposite to leaving group, that is opposite to Cl. After abstraction of proton, it gives amide complex, that is CONH3 NH2Cl plus. This amide complex is also called as conjugate base. Okay, it acts as a conjugate base. This first step is a fast step. What happened in case of first step? OH minus ions abstract proton from one of NH3 group which is placed opposite to leaving group and which gives amide complex. This complex is act as a conjugate base. Okay, this amide complex has lower charge than the starting material. Okay, it has lower charge, that is it has plus 1 charge, and this complex has plus 2 charge. In next step, this amide complex are able to remove this Cl which gives the CONH3 2 plus, that is 5 coordinated intermediate. Now second step follows SN1 type of mechanism. What happened in case of SN1 type of mechanism? In case of SN1, there is formation of 5 coordinated intermediate. This step is a slowest step or it is also called as rate determining step. Now this 5 coordinated intermediate is quickly react with this solvent molecule. Now this step is fast one which gives CONH3 5OH2 plus as a product. This was about SN1CB mechanism. I again repeat the mechanism. Here we are considering cobalt amine complex. OH minus is able to abstract one proton from one of NH3 group which is placed opposite to leaving group, that is opposite to Cl. It gives amide complex CONH3 NH2Cl plus. This amide complex is act as a conjugate base. Now this amide complex are able to lose one Cl which gives 5 coordinated intermediate. This step is a slowest step. Now this 5 coordinated intermediate easily react with this solvent molecule. This step is fast step which gives CONH3 5OH2 plus as a product. Okay student, so let's discuss some key points for SN1CB. First step involves removal of proton by OH minus ions to form complex ion with lower charge. Okay. Thus, CONH3 5Cl2 plus act as a Bronsted acid and forms a chloroamido compound CONH3 4NH2Cl plus. This amido complex acts as a conjugate base and is the conjugate base of starting material, that is CONH3 5Cl2 plus. Then in next step, reaction proceed through SN1 type of mechanism which gives 5 coordinated amido intermediate. which then react with solvent molecule to form product. Student, this was about SN2 mechanism and SN1CB mechanism. But the more favorable pathway for base hydrolysis is SN1CB mechanism. Student, let's discuss why the rate of base hydrolysis is much faster than acid hydrolysis. For this higher rate, there are two reasons. First reason is amido complex has lower charge. In case of SN1CB, in first step, there is formation of amido complex which act as a conjugate base also. This amido complex carries +1 charge and the starting material carries +2 charge. As this amido complex carries lower charge, it can easily remove the Cl, that is leaving group, as compared to starting material. Okay student, and if we are considering the acid hydrolysis, we have already seen in case of acid hydrolysis, if there are consider if there are two complexes, first complex carries higher charge and second complex carries lower charge. In case of higher charge complex, there is strong attraction or bonding between ligands and central metal atoms. So in this case, the central metal atom are unable to gives leaving group easily as compared to second complex. Means in case of complex which carries higher charge, there is here is rate of reaction is slower as compared to the lower charge complex, while in case of lower charge complex there is weak bonding between ligand and central metal atom. So here central metal atom are able to give easily gives leaving group. So here rate of reaction is faster. Have you understood? So let's move toward second point, that is NH2 stabilizes intermediate. Here NH2 stabilizes intermediate by pi bonding. See, NH2 gives lone pair to central metal atom. As it gives lone pair to central metal atom, there is increase in electron cloud around the cobalt. Though there is increase in electron cloud, it easily repels the leaving group. So here again their rate of reaction is faster. Okay, so this is another reason why NH2 stabilizes intermediate. NH2 stabilizes intermediate by formation of pi bonding with cobalt. Okay student, these are the two reasons that why this reason explains why the base hydrolysis is much more faster than acid hydrolysis, and all these things are happen in case of base hydrolysis only. Okay, so let's move towards the last point of this lecture, that is racemization and isomerization of octahedral complexes. Okay student, before proceeding our point, consider octahedral complex. That octahedral complex is 3 bidentate ligand, and that bidentate ligand obviously act as a chelating ligand. Okay, so here we can explain this racemization and isomerization by 3 cases. Okay, so let's discuss first case. In first case, it involves complete dissociation of one chelating ligand. Then there is formation of square planar or diaqua complex. But here this symmetry would loss. What happened in case of in first case, it involves a complete dissociation of one chelating ligand. Obviously then there is formation of square planar or a diaqua complex. Okay, this was about first case. Let's study second case. In case of second, it involves only one end dissociates of your chelate ring. What happened here? If one end of the chelate ring dissociates, it gives 5 coordinated intermediate. That 5 coordinated intermediate either trigonal bipyramidal or square pyramidal, and after the reattachment end of this bidentate ligand, it gives a racemic mixture. This was about two cases. What happened in first case? There is complete dissociation of one chelating ligand. Obviously it gives the square planar or diaqua complex, and in second case there is only removal of one end of the Chilet ring. So it gives 5 coordinated intermediate. That intermediate may be trigonal bipyramidal or square pyramidal, and after again reattachment of that end it gives the racemic mixture. Okay, so let's study the third case. This case is important one. The third case involves racemization occurs without bond rupture. Here, intermolecular pathway must be operative. There are 4 possible mechanisms in case of racemization of Trish-Chilet complexes. First is push through, second one is crossover, third one is Baylor twist, and last one is Redet twist. The push-through and crossover mechanism requires large metal ligand bond stretches to get relief from steric hindrance. To relieve from steric hindrance, this push-through and crossover mechanism requires large metal ligand bond stretches, so it is energetically unfavorable. While in case of Baylor twist and Redet twist, both are energetically favorable. This was about the third case. What happened in case of third case? There is racemization occurs without bond rupture. Here, intermolecular pathway must be operative, and there are 4 possible mechanisms are shown. First one is push through, second one is crossover, third one is Baylor twist, and last one is Redet twist. Push through and crossover are energetically unfavorable because it requires large metal ligand bond stretches to get relief from steric hindrance, while Baylor twist and Redet twist are energetically favorable. See, this is push-through mechanism. Here is cross-through mechanism. Both are energetically unfavorable, while Baylor twist and Redet twist are energetically favorable. This was all about isomerization and racemization of octahedral complexes. So, student, in today's lecture, we have seen what is meant by base hydrolysis. Octahedral complexes undergoes hydrolysis in presence of OH minus ions. This is nothing but base hydrolysis. There are 2 possible pathways, that is SN2 and SN1CB, by which we can follow the base hydrolysis. Also, the SN1CB pathway is more favorable pathway. Okay, after that we have seen the isomerization and racemization of octahedral complexes. This lecture is last lecture for substitution in octahedral complexes. Student, here we have finished our substitution in octahedral complexes topic. Under this topic, we have already seen what is meant by substitution reaction. After that, types of substitution reaction. After that, types of intermediate formation during SN1 and SN2 mechanism. Also, we have seen acid hydrolysis, annihilation reaction, factors affecting on annihilation reaction. Currently, we have seen base hydrolysis and isomerization and racemization of Trish-Chilet complexes. All points are important for your exam. So student, thank you. In next lecture, we will start our next topic, that is substitution in square planar complexes. So thank you.